Lesson 224. Your rejection is your opportunity. Rejection isn't always negative. Often, it signals that what you're pursuing isn't meant for you, or it could simply be a temporary setback that prepares you for a greater comeback. It all comes down on how you decide to view any kind of situation. Even God sometimes will not give you what you ask, not because He rejects your needs, but because you could be asking something with the wrong motive behind. If you had the chance to redo everything in life, there would be many different paths you could take, each yielding unique results. But how can you discern the right way? How can you walk the path that was destined for you? The key is to never lose your focus on yourself in whatever career you choose to go. Because what is important and what you should keep in mind is not so much what you do in life, but rather the person you become in the end. When rejection happens, it is only there to strengthen your purpose because it is a test in character and behavior. Rejection can often feel like a personal failure, but in reality, it's a tool that God uses to strengthen our purpose. How do we respond when things don't go our way? Do we become bitter and disheartened? Or do we use the experience to grow, learn, and improve? God allows rejection in our lives to refine us. It's through these moments of disappointment that we are shaped and molded into the person He desires us to be. Rejection builds resilience, teaching us to depend on God rather than on our own abilities or the approval of others. It reveals areas where we need to develop patience, humility, and perseverance. Each setback is an opportunity to test our character. Are we willing to trust God's process even when we don't see immediate results? As we learn to navigate rejection with grace, we become stronger in purpose, more focused, and aligned with God's greater plan. Always learn from it, reevaluate your needs, and keep going. The worst decision you can do is to give up on yourself. There is a work that God will start inside you, and He is faithful and true to see you through to its completion. Each and every one of you have a gift that was predestined before the creation of the earth. It is God's plan to make you prosper and not to harm you. It is God's plan to give you hope and a future. Knowing this, you must understand that your first duty is for the Lord God, your Creator. In times of hardship, it can be easy to compromise your values or make excuses for not living righteously. But this is exactly when your faith is most crucial. Difficulties and rejections test your integrity, pushing you to either stand firm in righteousness or take the easier path of disobedience. However, God's promise is clear. He will never allow us to be tempted beyond what we can bear, and He will always provide a way out. 1 Corinthians 10:13. Making the right choice, even when it's hard, leads to growth spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. It strengthens your resilience and maturity. Every time you choose righteousness over convenience, you are developing your character and shaping yourself into a person who can endure greater challenges with faith. God uses these moments to prepare you for the future, refining you like gold in the fire. You become more aligned with His image, and the struggles that once seemed overwhelming lose their grip on you. This process transforms you into a stronger, more grounded individual, equipped to fulfill God's purpose for your life. It saves you time and energy from murmuring and complaining about the things that you cannot change, and rest it all at the feet of God. It helps you to get out of the loop of mediocrity, where you are never affected when things do not always go your way. Your mindset will be strengthened at the same time you learn to remain humble, knowing that you are doing your best and letting God to do what you cannot do. When you do not get your way, it is a true test of understanding one's character. It is easy for people to murmur and complain, blaming others for what happened to them. But a wise person will consider these things. knowing that while here on earth you do not always get what you want, and that is okay. Maybe what you want was not meant for you, or maybe you are not ready to receive it. And this should not be a discouragement for you, rather a fuel for you to be better. God is also reminding you, if there is something you lack, ask for it, and He will provide for you. He wants you to approach Him with your needs and ask Him for His help. For He promises that He will never leave you nor forsake you. When nothing good happens for you, do not spread that feeling you have inside with evil. Rather seek to do good to others. When you act in the right manner, it gives joy and peace inside at the end of the day. But once you harbor anger and resentment, your whole day ends in a wrong direction, and it affects other areas of your life. Rejection, challenges, and setbacks are inevitable parts of life, but they are not signs of failure. Rather, they are opportunities for growth, refining your character and deepening your trust in God. When you face obstacles with the right mindset, choosing faith over fear, persistence over defeat, and righteousness over compromise, you align yourselves with God's higher purpose for your life. God's plan is always for your good, even when you cannot immediately see it. He invites you to trust in His timing and to keep moving forward, knowing that He is with you every step of the way. By embracing rejection as a tool for transformation, seeking His guidance in all you do, and remaining steadfast in your commitment to righteousness, you can rise above life's difficulties with grace and purpose. Remember, God's promise is sure. He will never leave you nor forsake you. As long as you hold on to hope, continue doing good, and trust in His will, you will reap the harvest in due time. So, never give up, for God is at work in you, and His plan is one of prosperity, hope, and a future. Jeremiah 29:11.